Welcome to Ben K Watches. Ben K Watches is an online store based out of Orange County, California. We do reviews on watches that come through here. Now go to benkwatches.com or check out the details in the links below to find out more about our watches. Today we're going to be looking at one of the more popular models out today in today's Swiss watch market. This is the Omega Seamaster Diver 300 in stainless steel. This one has a white index dial and black ceramic bezel. Model reference for this watch is 210.30.42.20.04.001. We're going to be taking a closer look and we're going to see what you can expect out of this watch. The Omega Seamaster has been around for many years. We're looking at 30 years. That's right, it was introduced in 1993. Now Omega keeps producing them because they sell really well. They introduced this 42mm model recently, and it's been one of the most popular models since it's released. The Seamaster Diver 300 is a 42mm watch from left to right of the case, and it's 50mm from top to bottom of the lugs. Let's try this on real quick. Fits my wrist perfectly here. You're going to notice the bracelet actually points downward so as to not go over the wrist too much. For reference, my wrist is measured at about 6.5 to 6.75 inches, and the watch does look great. It sits properly on my wrist. So for those of you who think that the 42mm by 50mm measurement sounds too big, for your wrist, you might want to go and try this watch on and see for yourself. The watch isn't too thick from the front to the back either. We're looking at 13.5mm from front to back. Going on the dial here, we're looking at a white index wave dial made of zirconium oxide. That makes it scratch resistant. Luminous index hour markers, really easy to see in the daytime or nighttime. There's a lot of depth in here. You can also see that they're skeletonized hands with luminescent on them as well. Really easy to read this dial. A lot of nice contrast. You can even see there's a date window here at the 6 o'clock position. Might be hard for some to read. You can see it clearly in this video because it's close up. I like the placement where this date is because it makes the dial symmetrical. Now going on to this black ceramic bezel, just keeps this watch looking new. Everything looks shiny, matches up with that sapphire crystal. It's on this, going over the dial. And while we're at it, we can see here at the 10 o'clock position, we have a helium escape valve. Most of us are not going to need it, but this is a dive watch, so I'm glad it's there just in case you did need it. Going on to the movement, we have this caliber 8800 coaxial movement in the back. You can see that. Beautifully worked. It deserves to be shown. It has all the functions that we want in an everyday wear watch too. This 8800 caliber movement. It's an automatic date with a second hand. The movement is META certified, which means it keeps really good time as well. Going on the bracelet we see here, it has very comfortable fit for a bracelet. Has some contrast between the satin finish and high polish. Nice and pretty. This bracelet does not taper down though from the case of the buckle. And what I mean, that is the case with Rolexes, but you're going to see that from the bracelet, or from the case to the buckle, the bracelet remains the same width. Deployment buckle itself, it's not small. It may seem a little bulky to some people, but it doesn't really bother me too much. While we're looking at this deployment, there's actually a quick adjustment here for sizing the bracelet in or outward slightly. So after you get this watch size to your wrist, you can actually move this bracelet with a quick release in ever so slightly so you can actually account for your wrist swelling during the daytime, or if it gets colder, then you can actually size this in. It comes in really handy, especially for my wrist. When I get cold, then my wrist gets much smaller. It feels much smaller, and this watch is going to be bumping around on my wrist if I have it too loose. Wearing this watch on my wrist too, just so you guys know, this watch actually feels really balanced. It's a nice weight on the top and decent enough counterbalance weight on the back of the buckle to balance this watch out on your wrist. Yeah, I can see myself wearing this watch every day. It's not too heavy or cumbersome. It's easy for you to wear this watch every day. So to sum it up, this Omega Seamaster Diver 300 is a wonderful watch to have in your collection. This one with the white dial, it's actually going to set it apart from your other dive watches. It also comes in blue, gray, or black as well. So this one being the white dial. The retail price of this one this year is $5,600 US. But you can get a pre-owned one for around $4,000 in 2023. Now, would I buy this watch? Yes. Normally, I wouldn't find myself wearing a 42mm watch, but this one looks great and it's easy to wear. Now, if you're wondering how to get your hands on one of these watches, go to benkwatches.com. This is the Omega Seamaster Diver 300 with a white dial. We have a nice selection of most popular models in today's market. We also take trades. Let us know what you think. Thanks for watching. This is benkwatches.com.